These girls have just hit their teenage years, a critical and vulnerable stage of their life. It is during this time that critical foundation is laid for their future. But also a time when that very future can be broken.
This is my child. She is Tulisiwe Chuma. She is a girl. She is 1 year 5 months.
Who am I? I'm just a girl. I'm not a woman. I'm a schoolgirl. I'm a student.
The region of East and Southern Africa falls within what is called the Sub-Saharan Africa, which is one of the regions that is worst hit by the problem of child marriages across the globe. In relative terms, we have about 7 million brides living in this region. And for a program in Plan International, these countries, they fall within what we call the hotspots of child marriages in the region. And the prevalence rates in all these countries is either close to 50% or more than 50%.
The unfortunate paths to childhood marriages are different for each girl, whether as a result of teenage pregnancies or to older men for wealth. The end is the same. From curtailed childhoods to limited educational and economic opportunities, these girls are also subjected to early and high-risk pregnancies. They face social isolation and are vulnerable to domestic violence.
Peer pressure came hard on me, and I ended up having a boyfriend, which led me to getting pregnant. By then I was 14. As young as I am, I didn't even know what the consequence of having unprotected sex were. And I didn't even know I was pregnant. But I just wonder why my skirt could not fit anymore. When I told my boyfriend I was pregnant, they come and paid lobola for me. And I go to my husband's family when I was delivered. We both dropped out of school, and this was so painful to me. I started regretting everything, and I could just sit and cry. Every time I saw my classmates passing by our home to school, my heart would bleed.
My name is Elizabeth. I'm 18 years of age. I was pregnant when I was 14 of age. I was in standard 8 on that time. Yeah, it was 2010. I tell the boy who impregnated me, but he said that we should marry. But I was afraid because I was very young. I know many girls who had get married when they were 14 years. They think that when they get married, it's the way which can help them to find better life. Maybe they are coming from poor family, so if they can get married, they can feel better than they are.
The drivers of child marriages are pretty similar. We have issues of cultural practices. These are the beliefs that people hold in their communities in respect to marriages. They believe that, a girl child has to be married at a certain age when they reach of age, which is puberty. But also there's an angle of culture which is embedded in the patriarchal beliefs that we have in the region. The value that is placed on the girl child is different from that is placed on a boy child, which sort of also drives the problem. You have parents who'd rather marry off their girl child than send her to school because the value of that girl is not that important to them. Most of the times, girls who get into these marriages are not empowered enough. They don't have the social skills, for example, to say no to, for example, sexual activities. And we've seen, for example, in Mozambique, we have a lot of girls who have ended up in these child marriages because they fell pregnant.
Plan International developed a program called 18 Plus aimed at ending child marriages in Eastern and Southern Africa. Implemented in Malawi, Mozambique, Tanzania, Zambia, and Zimbabwe, 18 Plus, a centerpiece of Plan International's Because I Am a Girl campaign, is amongst the few unique programs worldwide designed to reach a large number of adolescents and children on the practice of child marriage.
At Plan International, we have taken a holistic approach to addressing the issue of preventing child marriages. That's the approach that we've taken. Our belief is that if we intervene at a particular age, just before the girls, drop out of school, just before that age that they advance into their puberty, that's the age that we want to intervene. So our strategies at the moment are really aimed at preventing further child marriages in the region.
We are currently implementing a project called No I Don't, which is under the 18 Plus program. And in this project, our emphasis is on the girls between the ages of 10 to 14 years old. And what we do in this project is we create girls groups. Both in and outside school girls are part of these groups. And within those groups, we sensitize the girls on various issues, such as the children's rights and the issues of child marriage and issues of HIV and AIDS. In doing so, we are trying to create a mass of children that will be assertive, a mass of children that will start responding to child marriages in the communities, where if a girl is asked to get married, a child is able to stand up and say, "No, I don't want to get married at this age. I want to continue with my education." So we are putting education as a priority.
Benefits nje tubasa mu plan balatusha makuli kwabilira seveni banga twalisunga acha choba chitira ayikaba bamulwana kashibenka chakwambaye shinji shichitika pabana kashi balabesha mbakukakira basangwa makubamu.
I want to be educated now first. So maybe some of our parents like what? Money. So they say that, oh, they have come, there is a man come here with car. A man come with a car. He has everything. He will give us maybe a donkey or a cow for you, maybe a dory. So just get married. So no, you can't. You have said no. I have lied to life. It's my life. It's not yours. My life is mine.
The choice of getting married is not just an individual choice. It's a choice that is, assisted by others in the communities. There is a decision maker in the family who says, yes, I can give off my daughter, and so forth.
Plan International in Zimbabwe is actually implementing the project on ending child marriages in Zimbabwe. We are working with the traditional leaders, the chiefs, since they are the custodians of the communities. These chiefs have come up with some commitments to end child marriages in their chiefdoms.
Our role as traditional leaders is to educate our people, discuss with our communities how best we can avoid child marriages. As a chief, I will call elders. As villages, they will call their villages and spread the word. In churches, they have to do the same. And they are doing it. We are trying.
Apart from working with traditional leaders in Zimbabwe, one of the approaches that the 18 Plus initiative is using to fight the practice is to mobilize communities through cultural dances and drama, families and advocates, as well as working with agents of change like these cultural groups of both old and young people in Maxise, the capital of Inhambane, southern Mozambique. Not exclusive to rural areas, child marriage is a widespread issue in Mozambique, with 21% of girls already married by 15 and 56% by 18 years. Plan International in Mozambique has implemented a unique urban campaign that stimulates public awareness and dialogue at all levels on the issue by working with the town services, branding buses in pink colors of the Because I Am a Girl campaign, and carrying messages to stop child marriages on select billboards. In Zambia, Goodwill ambassadors are also involved as part of building a social movement to transform gender norms and practices that drive child marriages.
Girl child, you are very special to me.
Chris and I are into advocacy and activism for the children's rights and a stoppage to inequalities, especially in terms of gender, and just making sure that the children are treated right across the board.
We are saying to the parents who are involving themselves in marrying off their children before they come of age, we are saying that is the wrong thing to do. Let them grow, let them reach the age where they can make their own decisions.
In its efforts to end child marriage, Plan International also works with other partners. To leverage the agenda-setting role of the media, a partnership with Communication for Development organization was established to, among other things, train journalists from the sub-Saharan Africa.
We have developed media briefs for Zimbabwe, Malawi, Zambia, and Mozambique. And in these media briefs, what we are bringing out are the issues around the social, cultural, and legal drivers of child marriages. We have these media briefs so that the journalists can be able to read through the materials and use them as reference to ensure that their reporting is well informed and well investigated, as they also do some further research on the issues of child marriages.
We would love to engage governments to make sure that the customary and the formal legal systems are speaking to each other.
James Mbebe is insisting to marry the girl.
With the assistance from Plan Malawi, we have been able to conduct mobile legal clinics. We shorten the distance for the litigants. At the same time, we bring the court to the people. In Malawi, under Section 22, which is the supreme law of the country, it clearly stipulates that all men and women have got the right to marry. The section does not say boys and girls have the right to marry. And it also clearly states that if you are above 18, no one can stop you from entering into marriage, which means under 18, you are not allowed to enter into marriage. This is the order of the court. So mother group can take the protection order to the parents. We launched a door-to-door campaign on issues of child marriages with Plan Malawi. It has worked. We have been making follow-ups, and a number of girls have been withdrawn from marriages and they are back to school. Some of them are now at universities, but we are able to withdraw them from marriages. And others, they are also helping their colleagues to go back to school, teaching them about the dangers of child marriages.
I'm the one of the people who advise, because I have faced many problems in my life. Now I tell them that, oh girls, this is not good. Please, you have to prevent this thing, because sometimes it can break your future.
The uniqueness of 18 Plus as a program is, to begin with, the fact that this program is being implemented in a number of countries is a plus in itself. This does allow cross-country learning. Suffice to mention that in Plan International, we do believe that we can end child marriages in our lifetime. The problem is huge. It talks about the Southern Africa being, a home to over 7 million of child brides at the moment. And if we look at the current trends, that is going to double by 2020. So we're talking about the same figure almost between the period of now and 2020 being in danger of, getting married off. And to protect those girls, you need a lot of resources. You need a lot of investments in the education sector. You need a lot of investment in getting the communities, the families, to understand and appreciate the value of girl education, the value of girls as human beings.
In my future, I want to be a nurse.
To be a doctor.
It has only been few years since the rolling out of the 18+ program, and its registered success is evidence that investing in girls has the power to not only save lives, but to transform futures.